Yes.
So a lot of times people ask me questions in there that I just don't get to. So what I would recommend that you do, I'm going to put in the password to my school login as well into that master sheet. If I didn't already, I don't think I did. Let me add that in there. So school. Sign up. Uh-oh. Okay, luckily I remembered it. So it is and then it's same email. So I'll just let you log in as me. And basically what I would want to see happen is when someone asks me a question, you can just send it in the Google chat. Say, hey, somebody asked me this. I will just type out the response so you can just go in and respond to it.
Perfect.
Cool. What other questions do you have?
I have another question on, oh no, it's a note on the labels. You told me to label the video. So to keep consistency, I left the first part that says owners only call and that, but then I put the name of like the label for the video. Perfect. And I had an idea to make it easier for your clients, just like to make a spreadsheet with like the date of the meeting, yeah, and a link with the label, like the name of the label, and like link it to the video, so they don't have to work more, even though it's easy because you just press.
I love that idea. I love that idea. Anything you can do like that, I love that sort of thinking to make it easier for them.
Okay, perfect. And for the Facebook, I have the names for the people who didn't put emails, but they said yes. So I don't know if it should make sense to put it on the spreadsheet just for the your people to call them, or.
Yeah, go ahead and do it, because one day what we can do is we can just DM them and say, hey, I saw that you asked for the free training, but I didn't get your email. What is it? I'll send it over. Okay. So yeah, we can do that. I think that's a good idea as well.
Okay. And I think that's it. Are we going to talk tomorrow about the every Friday task, like checking on hours and everything?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Today we're going to go over, today will be a little bit more basic. We're just going to go over my calendar, how I manage it, and then my email. And so that'll be the only thing that we cover today. I just wanted to make sure if you had any questions, I answer those first.
Okay, that's it. I think that's it.
Perfect. So I'm going to go over my email first.
Oh, another thing. Sorry.
Yep. Like, no, go ahead.
For the Pulses Academy. So it's the questions and also like the transcripts of the calls, right? Like to adding those, like we talked about yesterday.
I will. So I have a call today with, I think I have a call today with Zach. Let me check. Yeah. So I have a call today with Zach that you're going to be on.
Yeah.
I will have him walk you through how to upload the videos into the school community after. I actually don't know how to do that, but he can show you how to do that.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. All right. Any other questions?
Nothing else.
If anything comes up, just stop me. Okay. So first thing I like to do, just about anything that goes to this promotions, I literally just mark as read and then I delete it. I make sure it's not anything important, but most of the promotions, they're just promotions. It's just spam. And then I'm just going to mark all these as red so I can go through and show you. Kyle Lance, if you remember, Kyle is our fractional CFO. Yeah. Anything that comes from Kyle that's a direct email is going to be important. So it's usually having to do with our finances, our P&L, things like that. Something like this, where it just says, a lot of these are like automated emails. So something like this that says, it's just like a template. We received your payroll period for this. You can just delete those. And so you can see like some of these automated emails from Gusto. You can just delete it if it's automated. So like confirmation that I've sent payroll. You're going to see these every Friday when I send them out. I send the US based payroll on Thursday, and then the all of the non-US contractors on Friday. And so you'll get like these automated emails that you can just delete.
Okay.
This again is something from Kyle. So you can leave this. I'll go ahead and just delete it now because I already read it. Anything that says action required is usually something that I need to see. So like, for example, for this, it's asking me to update some of my business information. I don't know what it wants me to update. I guess my date of birth. Let's see if that was enough. Okay, so that should be good for there. I will give you access to my social security, my EIN. The EIN is like a business social security. So sometimes you might need some of that stuff to fill out like documents like that. I wasn't sure what that was, but that was important. Anything that looks like this, incoming message alert from 360 app, what I want you to do with these is I want you to just open it up. And then go to this. These are text messages that are coming in.
Okay.
And so when you click on the actual, where you're going to click is the opportunity name. And I just want you to tell me if it looks like something, for example, this guy is asking me kind of like some ridiculous questions. I'm just going to call this guy, but you can let me know, hey, like you can just leave this here. This guy responded. Sometimes people will just say like, okay, or thank you, or, like I don't need to respond to that. You can just go in and delete that.
Okay.
If it looks like something that I need to respond to, so like this guy is actually having a conversation with me. And so I'm just leave that so I can respond to him. If it looks like a okay or stop message or something like that, we're going to have another call where I walk you through all of the things that how to respond to people, like who you should respond to, who you shouldn't, what to do if somebody says stop, like how to opt them out. We'll do that on a separate call. I just want to go over like basic email stuff for right now. So this, I already read this. I would keep it, but right now I just read it, so I'm going to delete it. Anything that says Airtable forms, you can just delete it. That's just telling me somebody just filled out a form. I don't need to see that.
So you get text messages saying that people just filled out a form.
This one, it says Airtable forms.
Okay.
It's just at the end of the day when everybody puts in their numbers, it just sends me a report that says that they put in their numbers.
Okay.
So I don't need to see that. You can delete that. Okay, so anything that I am CC'd on, but it doesn't like, so you're going to see a lot of these transactions. They CC me because I'm the owner, but
Okay.
I don't really need to see them. Most of the time I just delete them. And so if you see that the message is not to me and it's, it's to like Hung or it's to Austin and I'm just CC'd on it, read it. If it looks like something like this person is hi team, can you please send me a fully executed copy of the contract? I will never, I'm never going to be the person that does that. It will be Austin or somebody else from the team. if it looks like it's something like relatively important, and at first I expect you just to ask me, like, hey, you're not going to know what's important and what's not. So just ask me, hey, is this important? And so the first couple of weeks, you're going to be, I would rather you let me see it than delete it.
Okay.
And so I'll just start telling you on our morning calls, hey, this is not important. This is important. Cool.
Okay. Yes.
So we'll take that out right there. Anything from Troy, basically any emails from Troy at all, stay in my inbox.
Okay.
So if Troy emails me, it will stay in my inbox. Let's see. This caller, it says CTI, missed call, Sharon Isaac. They left a voicemail. They probably called in to me. And so what you can do here is you can just click this link to call. It doesn't look like they actually left a voicemail. If they did, it would say right here, the call recording, so I could listen to it. All you need to do for these is go look at the actual opportunity itself. And this one, I think it's sold already. Let me just check. Don't worry, you don't have to memorize what I'm doing right now. I'm just checking on this. Yeah, so if you see a missed call from me, CTI missed call alert, you can leave those. So anything that says missed call alert like this, CTI missed call alert, you can leave them. I will typically call them back.
Okay.
Okay, so these are...
And all the QuickBooks, like updates, I think that's like deletable, right?
Yeah, if it's just like, if it's just, you know, this has been updated. Like, for example, the subscription for John's Circle has been renewed. I don't need to see that. You can just delete it. These are going to be the most important ones that I really need help with. And so there's just a lot of them, and that's why. So where you see share request, what happens is a lot of people get access to my script because they pay for it in the school community. And so you'll see all of these Google Docs share requests. What all I need you to do is go look inside of the school community. Let me share my window. That would be so much easier. Okay. All I need you to do is if you see, like, for example, this guy's name is Francis, go inside the school community, look at members, and then there should be a way to search members. Francis. Let's see. So this guy churned. So if he's not in the group anymore, so it looks like he's getting out. If he's not in the group, you are not going to share the document. You can just send him a message and say, are you still in the school group?
So do they pay like from time to time to stay on the group?
Yeah, so you can see here, obviously, like, you're in for free, but all of these people that are in the group pay $97 a month to stay in.
I understand.
And what that will allow them is they will get access to all of our scripts.
Okay. What happens if they have access to something and they didn't renew? They still have it, or is it?
Yeah, they still have it, but if they are churned out, then, like, if it says that they are no longer in the group, like that guy churned today, he's going to be out of the group today, then we're not going to share that. He was smart enough to go in and request this while he was still in the group, so I'm going to share it with him. But what happens a lot of times is people try to share these documents with people that aren't in the group.
Mhm.
And so I get like random share requests from people and I have no idea who they are. I don't see them in my school group. And so I just ask them, I just send them a message. Hey, are you in the school community?
Yeah.
And if they say no, then in order to get access to these objection handlers, you need to join the school community. And so let me see if I can find one and I'll show you an example of the email. We could even create a template for this. So let me see. I'm just going to delete these because I already shared access to them. Let me check out. Okay, let's see if this guy's in the school group. So this guy is Jose Amigon.
Amigon.
We're going to search him in the school group, see if he's in there. Yeah, so I don't see him in there. Like I don't see anyone named Jose. I see Joseph Valdez, but it's not who it is. So we are going to send this guy a message. I already messed this up and I already sent him the access because I just didn't feel like going into school and seeing if he was in there. But when I have the time, I like to do this. So we'll just say, hi, Jose, you in the school community.
I'm not seeing that.
Let me share my window again. And then all you're going to do is go to school. You're going to hit that invite link. You're going to copy it. And then you can just send that. So that will be if anybody that you cannot find in the school community, you can just send them this message. And if they'll either join, if they join, then you can give them access. If they don't join, you can just delete the email.
Okay.
So let me go through.
Once I share with them, like the ones that are in the group, once I share the document, do I delete the message?
Yes. Yeah. Once you share it, delete it. So this, for right now, I just want you to leave these Zapier alerts. I'm going to teach you what to do with these eventually. If like they're already in the CRM, there's going to be a couple of different errors. Like there's 2 or 3 different errors that we get from Zapier. For right now, we don't have enough time to train you on that today, but just leave them for now. And then probably in the next week or so, I will teach you what to do with these Zapier alerts.
Okay.
Anything that looks like, you know, if it says, hey, John, or it looks like it's going directly to me, you can just leave that. Same like with this. This is an email that went directly to me. You can just leave it. Anyone that tags me inside of school, you can just, for this is the same thing as this is like a notification. Just send me a message. Hey, this person's requesting this. So for example, access to links and scripts. I just joined. How do I get access to the SDR script? I click the link and it says, so for this, you can just let me know, hey, this person just requested the script. I will show you. What's your email? Actually, I take that back. If they're in the school community and they're asking for the scripts, all you need to do is just ask them for their email and you can just share it with them.
Okay.
Perfect. So we'll go ahead and delete that once it's done. Anything that says urgent from Facebook, Google, anything that says anything about my ads, like this one says your ad account is disabled from advertising. So this happens all of the time with Facebook, with Google. For whatever reason, we launch an ad and they just tell us it's not approved for a variety of different reasons. I always need to see these. These are really important.
Mhm.
So I already saw that. I already spoke to Zach about it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it. This, like Andrew Kirby posted, Alex Ramosi, how to use your time. This is just a kind of like a spam post. It's just like a video. It doesn't do me any good. You can just go ahead and delete those. QuickBooks, you can delete. This is going directly to me, right? So we're always going to keep those. Jesse is asking for a doc. So we already know exactly what to do there. Let me just go ahead and see if he's in the school community. I don't see any Jesse. Jess or Jesse. Yeah, so I don't see anyone named Jesse. This is probably someone that was shared the script. And so we'll just send them the same email. Let's see if we can create. So we'll just send that. And then we're not going to give them access unless they actually join.
Mhm. Okay.
For this, all I need you to do, if you see new customer, like it'll typically say new customer and then how much they're paying, all I need you to do is just send me a message. And so you could just send me a message on chat and just say new school member, and then you can delete it. So I don't need to see the new school members in my inbox. I just want to know when someone joined. It gives me like a good idea of how our ads are working, how many members that we're getting. We've been getting on average about one a day. And so that just kind of helps me get an idea. If I go a couple of days and I don't see any new school members, usually that means something's wrong with our ads.
Mm-hmm.
So you can delete it, but just say, hey, new school member just joined.
Okay.
Airtable, we can go ahead and delete that. Anything that you see that I already responded to, like for example, this, I don't know why this even goes to my inbox, but I already responded to this message. And so you can just delete it. Stop, any sort of stop. I'm going to show you later how to go into Salesforce and make sure that they are not on a drip campaign.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, okay, cool. They already stopped the drip campaign. So this one's already stopped, so that's good. So you can just delete that. This is exactly what I mean by if you see an email that is going to Austin and I'm just CC'd on it, you can just delete it.
Okay.
DocuSign completed. If you see it's been completed, delete it. If it hasn't been completed, leave it. So if it looks like this, so let me show you kind of an example. A lot of times if you see that this document, so this is for 29192 Murrieta Road. and Sun City. This one has already been completed, so you can delete both of them.
Mhm.
If you haven't seen that it's completed yet, just go ahead and leave it. Those are really important. Those are purchase agreements that I need to sign. By the way, I don't expect you to remember all this yet. So I expect you to have questions. I just want to go over kind of everything.
Taking notes.
Cool. So this guy, Oliver Davis, he asked me, would you mind sending me the video recording of the call? All you have to do is go to my calendar,
Mhm.
search his email, and then you should be able to find the call that we had. So it was, I don't like that format. We had a couple of them. You might have to ask me depending on how unclear they are about it. Or actually, you could just ask them. You could just jump in on your email and say, hey, what call were you referring to? Just so I have a good understanding.
Okay.
And so he's asking for the onboarding call. So I'm just going to share this, copy the link, and then paste it. All right. Catherine Howlett, view complete. This was on the purchase agreement that we already signed. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. This is like when it says Wholesale Sales Academy, one notification. As if they're not asking for anything, just go ahead and delete it. So I'm going to go look at this comment. And this guy just said, he's just telling people, you know, I'm a licensed agent for 5 to 6 years, but I haven't sold many houses. I work full time as a tow truck driver. So he's not asking me any questions. You can just go ahead and delete that.
Okay.
This is again a new customer, so you just let me know about that. YouTube ads video training. If it's very unclear, just leave it. Can you send me the YouTube launch video? That's I'll have to show you where to find that. Let's see. This one is I'm just CC'd on, and it just says thank you. Like you can just delete those. They're not asking me for anything. Here's a great example of somebody that's asking a question and they are tagging me. So this guy actually sent me a direct message inside of school. I need to get more calls done per day, but it's taking me a lot of time to comp. How do you comp quickly? So if you just send me a message, I will respond in Google Chats, and you can just paste it.
Okay.
So I'll just respond with. So I'll just give you it. You can just go in my school community and just paste it there. And then what I like to do with those questions too is I go into my Google Doc every single week inside the school community. I do a Q&A. So I just label it the date. So 10, 23, 24, whatever the date is of the next call. And I'll do Q&A. And so I will put their name. Just make sure I spelled that right. Yeah, Shoemaker. So I'll put their name in the question. And so I will show you, that's actually going to be something I will train you on a little bit more next week. This week, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. But next week, I'm going to show you there's a spot in the community that is called Q&A. And then anybody that is asking questions. So like, for example, this guy 15 hours ago asked this question. all I do is I just copy it. I go here. And then I just put it in the Q&A. And so that way, whatever questions they ask here, I want to make sure that they are getting answered on the live call that I do with them on Wednesday. So let's see. So there's only 2. We already responded to this guy. But if you want to just put this in the Q&A, you can. Like if it doesn't look like it's been responded to, anything that goes in Q&A or my direct messages. So like, for example, question, this guy is a perfect example. Question for Wednesday. Of course, the entire sales process is, I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to copy it and put it in there. So that's his question.
I have a question here.
Mm-hmm.
So you create this document every week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do after the call? You leave the document somewhere, or you just delete it? You just use it for that purpose of that day?
Yeah, I just use it for the purpose of when people hop on the Wednesday call, which you should have access to that today. So you should be able to see. Yeah, you should have that calendar invite. So you should be able to see how they go. And so you'll see that I just use the document just to kind of read off so I can answer their questions. And then I don't do anything with it after that. I don't answer the question on the document, if that's what you're asking.
No, but do you delete it, the document, after the meeting, just like to not make a lot of documents?
No, I usually just leave it in my drive.
Okay.
It would probably, now that you mention that, it would probably be good for us to just create a Google Drive folder with all of the Q&As. So that way, if we ever need to reference them, we can just go in. Okay, so that one, once we respond to that, you can just go ahead and delete it. This is a perfect example of something that can just get deleted right off the bat, which is a no reply Google. We're eager to hear your latest feedback. Like it just says like, did we help answer your question?
Like anything that looks automatic, right? Correct.
Yeah. I don't respond to those. For example, this, thank you. Just delete it. Last week we received, this is just a survey. You can just delete that. Any sort of like login attempt blocked, you can just delete it.
Okay.
This person, it is to me, but it looks like they were just asking me to confirm the appointment. So you can just go look at my calendar and see if that was actually put on there.
Okay.
If it was, you're fine. If it wasn't, you can just respond there and reach out to me. I'm going to start putting you, like getting you CC'd on all of these emails, but you're going to be checking both my email and your own.
Okay.
I would probably recommend that you forward all of my emails to your inbox, just so you don't have to have 2 inboxes that you're constantly going back and forth, but that's completely up to you.
Yeah, I think maybe it makes sense, but maybe it could mix up a lot too.
That's true. Yeah, good point.
More organized.
Yeah, however you'd like to do it, completely up to you.
Okay.
So this looks like it's just a thank you message. This guy's not asking me any questions. You can delete it. Any verification code, I've probably already got it, so you can just delete that, especially if you see they're like a couple of days old. Anything from Zach, anything at all that Zach sends me directly, just go ahead and leave it. Zach is a pretty big player in the NEPQ real estate space. So don't delete anything from him. Let's see. Join, you can just send me a message, delete it. I responded, delete that. This is your offer letter. I've already saved that. So this is another example, right? Gustel, automatic, delete it. JR, he's actually in the school community, so I already confirmed that. You can see I already gave him access. These, any of the no school replies where people are, I don't even know why I get these notifications. I would love to be able to turn them off, but I don't even think this guy responded to me. It's just some stupid video of somebody. It's so dumb that they would even send that out. So I could just delete that. Let's see. This guy's not asking me any questions. He's just literally posting in the community. You can go ahead and delete it. Okay, so for these messages, these are typically cold emails. For now, if you see something like that, you can reach out to me and you'll see like I pretty much delete all of these. This guy's not even like, he doesn't even know what industry I'm in. He thinks I'm in property management and we're not. So I'm going to delete that. But this is again a no reply school. That's just coming from like Hormozy Q&A. I don't need to see that. Can delete that. You can leave this message because this is a conversation from texting. I already responded to her. Your Asana plan's been canceled. Delete that. Signing complete. I already signed it. You can delete it. Ad was approved.
I have a question. So for that, if something gets canceled, if you haven't seen it, should I delete it? Or I don't know, because sometimes it can get canceled and you didn't want to cancel it or something like that.
For now, just ask me. But usually like nothing gets canceled. So ads being disapproved is one thing. But if I canceled a subscription, like it says like your subscription's been canceled, I did that 99% of the time. If for some reason, I can't remember the last time this has happened, but if you see like, hey, your billing needs to be updated, like, I don't know, one of our credit cards is maxed out or something like that, and a bill didn't go through, then I would want to see that. But like a canceled, most of the time you're just going to go ahead and delete those.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Let's see. This is your offer letter. This I already signed it, so you can see I already signed the East Chavez. If you're ever curious if I signed it or not, you can just hit the start signing button, and then it will tell you signing process previously accepted. So you're like, okay, cool, you already signed that, and you can delete it. You're usually not going to see these. This is a reminder. I was on a webinar, and so you can delete this now. I've already read it. But if you see something like that, usually just need to make sure they're on my calendar. This is a really important email. So anything that says like, this is a reminder that your JCL coaching account won't be able to accept payments. I need to go in and actually fix this today.
So I send it over to you.
Yeah, you can just leave it in the inbox. I'll see it. But anything that has to do with like payments not being processed, ads not being approved, anything like that, I need to be able to see them. I don't know why. Okay, so this says I've already appealed it and it's in review. I have no idea why they do that. How do you approach leads that are already listed on the market, come through as an inbound lead? This actually came in 4 days ago. So I will put this on the Q&A as well. I know I already responded to him. So don't worry about that going on the Q&A. Ad support. like for this, it says your ads being disapproved due to election policy. Like they thought for some reason, I have no idea why, if you've ever seen our ad, they disapproved it that we're campaigning for an election. We're
Oh,
100% not. Google just has an algorithm and it's really, really funky. So it doesn't always work. But this would have to do with my ads being reviewed. So you can just leave this. Even though it looks automated, it is important because it has to do with the Google emails come like this. And so if you see something that looks like, hey, after reviewing your campaign, we could not find any disapproved ads for the aforementioned policy. I don't know. It was disapproved. So just leave that for me. If you don't know, you can always leave it. You can leave this to me. For me, can you forward me the addendum template for the title company change? I will send that over to them. New school member, you can delete it. Delete that. Weekly digest for school, you can always just delete those. Just spam. If you just get a "can I call you later," you can you can leave that. I'll just say for right now, we'll just leave any text messages that you get just to make it easy. Airtable, delete. Invoice, you can delete an invoice. If it just comes in, you can just delete it. This is from Troy. You would keep that, but I'm going to delete it. I already read it. This is, again, something that I'm just CC'd on. I'm going to go over how to treat those in a little bit. I'm CC'd on that. You can delete it. Already responded to that. Then I'm going to go over what to do with the call recordings. We're probably not going to get these anymore. I'm going to have you start to edit the podcast. But this is just our podcast editing. Thank you. Delete it. Copy of purchase agreement. Delete it. Already uploaded that one. This is, again, an example of something your recording is restored. Don't need to see that. Let's see what this guy said. Really like the alternate version of the cold calling script. To use that one sometimes as well. This would be something that you can just put in the Q&A. Because somebody just asked a question. Or you can, better yet, if they didn't ask it in the Q&A section, they just asked it in the community, this would be something that you would send to me in my chat. The only time you're going to put it in the Q&A is if they post it in the Q&A section.
or
So
reached out to you.
Yeah, or they reached out to me in my DMs. They just dump a bunch of these TAC records on my desk when I came across. Okay. Just leave that. I'm going to unsubscribe from this. I don't even know what this is. It's yours. Ready to publish. Discord. I don't use Discord for anything, so you can just delete anything from Discord. This actually is surprisingly looks kind of important.
Yeah.
So you see how it says file company ownership report? Even though it looks automated from Gusto, I probably will need to do that.
Yeah, it's like if it requires an action from you, it's important. If it's like just informative, it's not.
Exactly, yeah. I think I already Okay. So now I'm just going to go through. Turn the air off real quick. I'm just going to go through kind of quickly. Don't worry if I'm going a little fast. I'm just going to start deleting the stuff that, so like, for example, this is just showing me that I made, that I sent your pay. So I can just delete that. We already went through this. Airtable, delete. Completed DocuSign, delete. Let's see if she asked a question. Okay, so she did not. So I can just delete that. For something like that, she sent it directly to me. Just because she didn't ask a question doesn't mean that you're going to delete it. I already read it. That's why I deleted that. Invoice. I can delete that. If it needs to be paid, don't delete it. If it says like invoice paid, you can just you can just delete it. I've already paid it.
Okay.
CTI, missed call from unknown caller. You can leave any missed calls. This was a interview. Already got this. This was for the interviewing. Ads were approved. You would leave something like this that's sent to me and Austin at the same time. Zapier alerts, I'm going to go over that next week. You can see I probably already signed this. If I just go to the start signing, yep, signed it already. Can delete it. Let's see if I sign this. Hit send new link. It'll probably tell me I already signed it. So I'll delete that. Zapier, you'll just leave those for now. We already delete that. Let's see if this went to Austin, just CC'd, delete it. This was a okay, I already set that call. Anything from LeadsHook, I need to see those. Like especially if it says, "Hey John," they're telling me how to fix a problem.
Okay.
If it looks like it's like obviously the automated stuff, you can just go ahead and fix. Okay, I should probably add this guy into the sheet. This is our attorney. So he handles all of our legal stuff. If he emails me for anything, probably really important. He every once in a while he'll send like happy. You can just leave anything from him, even if it's like a happy Thanksgiving email or Merry Christmas. He sends like those like emails to all of his clients just to thank him for working with them. You can leave those. I usually respond to those too. Let's see this sheet. This guy wasn't in the school group, so I already responded to him. Already got that set up. Verification code. A lot of times, if you see an old verification code, you can just go ahead and clear it out. Like unless it's brand new, I probably already used it.
Okay.
Let's see. This is just a payment was successful process. Delete it. I already signed this agreement. Actually, you would ask me about anything that you see that comes back like that. I might need to make a copy of it. Yeah, so he signed this already. I'll put that in a drive. How would you change up the script for direct mail leads? I already answered that in the Q&A last week. So like, for example, this you can delete. It says your follow-up ticket has been received and our support team is working on it. I don't need to see that.
Okay.
We can leave that. That's directly to me. I actually need to respond to that. This guy forwarded something directly to me. I'm going to leave that. This was an interview. And then Dataflix sends me an email like this once per month that says your files are ready. I actually do need to see. It looks kind of automated, but that's our data for cold calling. So I do need to see that. Cool. So that is the thing about I'm using RBO. Let me just ask him. I don't understand what he's saying. Okay. So this guy is apparently already in the school community. I have a feeling this guy is just using his friend's account. Whatever. I'll let that slide. This human interest, this is just a newsletter. You can just delete that. Started setting appointments. I think I can access. Let me just make sure I get that into the Q&A. I think I already did. Okay. Just going to let him know. I will go over that today in the school group. All right. So I just kind of wanted you to shadow me clearing my inbox so you can kind of get an idea. Are you feeling like we might need a few more days of doing that? Like maybe a day or two of just going through and me clearing my inbox in front of you? Or how would you like to kind of learn the best how to do it?
I think that would be nice, but I also want to get in and do it myself. But I just don't want to bother you a lot asking you if something should be deleted or not, like, so I don't know. I think we can. I already have a lot of notes on that, and I'll just ask you for some of them, I think, because I already have almost all of the kind of emails you have and you receive.
Yeah.
And
if you're not sure.
I got the idea. I understood, like, basically which ones are being deleted and which ones are not.
Mm-hmm.
There are just a few of those that could be tricky, but I think it's very clear.
Cool. And if you're not sure, just leave it. And I expect this to probably take like a full 2 weeks until we're actually on sync with what needs to get deleted and what doesn't. There's going to be some emails that I just haven't gotten in the last week that you're not going to know what to do with. But the only thing I wanted to cover other than that, and this will just be like really quick, is my calendar. When I like to do meetings, when I don't like to do meetings, and then what everything means. So if you go into my calendar here and you look at like if I want to pick an event like this and you do this drop down, everything is already tells you how it's color coded. So team meetings and trainings is me meeting with my team. Sales calls is me prospecting. So usually you won't put that on my calendar. I'll put that on my calendar. Anything with NEPQ real estate is in purple. Anything that, like, if I have to do payroll or something that basically it's not like an income producing activity. I usually put that in yellow, and then I put my personal stuff in gray. And so that's just how I actually color coordinate my calendar. You'll see it's really just purple and red, and then green. You'll see that more like next week as I make more sales calls and do sales audits. And so kind of a general rule of thumb is Monday, I like to just slaughter my calendar with meetings. I like to get all of my meetings out of the way on Monday. I don't really have a lot of time to make any sales calls on Monday, which is what I should like to do, and what I should be doing is just going inside the CRM, working on the business and making sales calls. So Monday, I literally, like, if you see a single spot between 9 a.m. and 5:30, like, you can just fill it up. So whatever you want on Monday. I like to leave, ideally, I like to leave Tuesdays and Thursdays open for me to make more calls. Doesn't always happen that way, but it's just my preference is to leave Tuesdays and Thursdays open. And then Wednesdays are another day that I typically get slaughtered with meetings. And so, like, you can see today, I've got meeting, right, just back to back. And so that's okay for Wednesdays. If you have, like, if I had to pick a day to do meetings, it would be Mondays and Wednesdays. And then Fridays, I like to leave. So basically, like, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, I like to leave those like more available, just to work on the things that I need to work on in the business. And so those are my least preferred. But if you had to pick a day for a meeting, I would say it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Mondays, Wednesdays first, and then Fridays last.
Okay.
If it's any sort of meeting, that's just typically when I like to do all my meetings. I really like to keep Tuesdays and Thursdays open for me to do whatever I like, the work that I need to do, because if I'm on meetings all day, I don't get anything done. I try to not do meetings all day. It just tends to happen. But my goal is to get less meetings and actually be able to work on more things.
Okay.
So that's just a general rule of thumb. Thursdays, I don't go to the gym, so I can take meetings early. I usually start at about 8 a.m. on Thursdays. So I know it says deep work right here. If there's an urgent meeting, like something that's really urgent, I'm like, hey, if this is the only time they can meet, Thursday is my preferred day to go ahead and do that.
Okay.
In the morning. Other than that, I like to have, so like basically where you see this comping properties for tomorrow, I like to have 5:30 to 6 open on my calendar. Like, I don't like to have meetings from 5:30 to 6. So that way I'm typically helping the acquisitions guys figure out how much the properties are worth and doing that sort of thing. And then I only will work after 6, like if it's the only time they can meet. And it has to be somebody that's like really worth it. I've got an 8-month-old son, so he goes to sleep at like 7, and I like to, I get like an hour with him before he goes to sleep. So I try to be at my house by 6, so I get like an hour with him. But sometimes I have to, take a meeting at 7. That's completely okay.
Okay. Yeah, because for example, yesterday these people were from Australia, so they only work. So in that case, do you rather have them after hours or before very early?
After hours, I go to the gym like religiously. And so besides Thursday, like I have to go to the gym. Otherwise I don't sit still during the day. So I almost never take meetings over the gym. Like, actually I should say I never take meetings over the gym.
And you go to the gym early in the morning, right?
Yeah, I go to the gym from typically like 6:45 to 7. So like, and then I get back at usually around 9. I typically don't like to have meetings at 9 because I need to just get my day prepared. Like, what do I, respond to all the messages that people are asking of me and do that sort of thing. So I can take meetings at 9 if it's extremely urgent, but I typically prefer not to.
Okay.
Most of my meetings, you'll see any of that white space. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Those are my times I like to do meetings.
Okay. Okay, got it. I'm gonna be asking you
Yeah.
first weeks about meetings and everything because I want to know how you work and your availability better. But it's all here now.
Yeah, I'm going to expect you to ask me a lot of questions in the first, like, 3-4 weeks. I just don't want it to be like a habit where you have to ask me that every single time. And I
Yeah.
don't think I'm going to run into that with you. I feel like if you once you understand it, you understand it. And so if you ask me a question like, hey, can you do a meeting at this time? I'm going to send you probably a longer explanation of why I can or why I can't, just so you can kind of understand how my brain works and how I like to plan my day. And then sometimes I go against what I want and I'll just have a meeting anyway. But it at least will help you kind of think more like I think when I'm booking my calendar.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Can I send you like options just for you to like options according to their availability and yours?
I would prefer not to send me like, hey, they can do 2:30, 5, or 6. I would prefer you just to put it on the calendar.
Okay.
And if it's something that, if it's a time that I don't normally like to do, I'll just tell you, hey, next time, don't put it at that time, put it at a different time, but I'll just take it. Like if it's during working hours, I'll take a meeting as long as it's not on, overlapping anything on my calendar. And if the only time I would really want you to ask me that is, hey, I see that there is no spots that you guys have like at the same time for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever. What could you move around? Like, could you move around anything? Usually the first thing that gets moved around, and I'm trying to get away from this because it's really important. It's like how the business makes money, is anything in green, like those sales calls.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the only thing that's not a meeting with somebody else. The purple, anything in purple, I literally cannot move because they are with a group of people. So I'd have to cancel with everybody.
Yeah.
And so purple would be the only thing you definitely can't move.
Okay. Okay. And I have a note here for the scripts. So do you have a lot of scripts or there is just one document for that?
Yeah, there are a lot of scripts. Let me do this. Let me put it on my calendar today. Okay. I don't really have a lot of time on my calendar today. I'll put it on my calendar tomorrow to create a drive with all of the scripts, and I'll label them appropriately. So that way, if somebody asks you for something, that's going to be something that I need to do for you, is I need to get the Google Drives a little bit more organized. So that way you don't just have to go like, you're going to go in Google and you're going to see like copy of this, copy of this. And it's like, you don't know which one is actually the right one. I'm going to do a better job of giving you a naming convention that actually makes sense. So when someone asks for something, you can just go in the drive and get it for them.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. I think the only thing is I'm gonna be checking on the emails these days, and you can let me know in the meetings, like for those that I leave that I'm not sure, like if there is a pattern or anything, you can clarify to me.
Yeah.
That way I'll be going through it actually and not just seeing you
asking. Yeah. No, I think that's a good idea. I'll make sure I'm not deleting anything for right now. That's going to be a hard habit for me to break. I might mess up on accident, but yeah, I expect some questions in the meantime. Do you have any other questions for me right now?
No, nothing else. So today I'm just going to work on the drive, organizing the folders with the videos. I'm going to make the spreadsheet with the labels and the links, and I'm going to add the names to like the Facebook spreadsheet. The names of people who are not, we don't have their emails.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. And if you need anything from me, just let me know.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Have a great day. Talk to you later.
So thank you. Bye.
Bye.